first presentation will be given by one of the world-leading companies in not only in the field of modules, they do actually much more, and we're happy to have with us Adele Zhao, who's the head of product solutions and marketing at Trina Solar. Adele, the floor is yours.
Hi, good morning, Michael. Hi, everyone. So let me share my screen. So I hope you can see my screen and hear me clearly. So first, let me introduce myself again. I'm Adele Zhao. I'm leading the product solution and marketing for Trina Solar Europe. So it's really a pleasure to be here today to share what we especially showed during Intersolar 2 weeks ago for the European markets. Also want to thank actually Marcus just now for his presentation. It's really very good overview of the what we saw. We actually were very, very busy. This year Intersolar was really amazing. We had so many visitors. It also means we didn't have time to go through the every hall actually during Intersolar. So it's really great to see the whole summary of the fair, especially for the module part. So from Trina's side, what we have been aiming to do is really to push the distributed energy, especially in Europe. As we know, if you know the European market or if you live here, you will see that one main challenge for Europe is that there's so many different countries, different regulations, different roof types. So how do we really push the energy transition in Europe, right? Besides large utility scale, which mostly built by big companies, it's very important in Europe. We inspire the people, the homeowners, small business owners, and also installers, distributor, everyone in the supply chain, in the value chain to push the energy transition also on the rooftop. And that's how we design our product portfolio for the European rooftop. And I'm going to give you overview first, what we have showed during Intersolar. So for Trina, we have showed mainly Vertex S series, and also Vertex S Plus series, which is the most efficient product in our portfolio, and also the new Vertex for large CNI. And today I'm going to mainly focus on 3 products here, which are the new Vertex S. Here we have 2 versions, full black and also the black and white version. And we also have a large 580 watt version for large CNI. For Trina portfolio, something very unique is we do have a very large portfolio because, again, like I just mentioned, for European market, there's so many roof types and there are also so many different customer needs. So we do need a very strong portfolio to fit every rooftop, and that's what we aim to do. And the goal is to bring everyone in Europe under the same roof to achieve the energy transition. So first, I'm going to show you what is it exactly for the Vertex, what's new. Vertex S already very popular in Europe, especially on the rooftop segment. But this year, something new about Vertex S is we upgrade them further. So they actually increase 20 to 30 watt per module. So that's a very significant increase. And first version is a full black, which go up to 425 watts. So the previous version is about 405 watts. And here we have a 20 watt increase. Efficiency is at maximum 21.3%. Something very unique about Vertex S, they're triple cut. Why we do this? Because we understand there's so many inverter type for rooftop in residential, in CNI. So we have to make sure our products are super compatible with existing inverter types, especially in Europe, as well as a mounting structure. I'm going to show you later what I mean exactly with the data, but it's very, very essential for the European market. So it has a low current for the rooftop segment, especially residential and small CNI. And it also comes in another version, which is a white version. So it's very preferred for the CNI, also residential, for example, in Germany, where the full black is, of course, primarily for the residential segment. And because it's very nice design for the full black version, so we actually, the Vertex S won the Red Dot Design Award this year because it's excellent appearance, and also the nice industry design, and also the latest technology from the industry. So let's dive into a bit more benefits. Why it's so good to use Vertex S on the roof for the customer. Why we designed them like this. The first is actually, of course, the power are higher per module. It's very easy to understand. That's why on the same roof, here I have an example in Germany for a home, we can actually increase 5% of the watt, especially the capacity, the system capacity on the roof, so which is quite significant for the rooftop system. And then quality is essential, but it's of course reflected in the warranty. So for the warranty part, we continue to offer 15-year warranty, product warranty for Vertex S, and for the performance warranty, it's 25 years. The first year degradation is 2%, and the annual degradation from second year is 0.55%. So it's the same as last Vertex S series, but it's much better than the conventional products. And something also very special about the new Vertex S, we know the logistic is one of the biggest challenge this year, not just for solar, but for every other industry. If you know the, if you're booking or managing the logistic or your sales, you really understand what I mean. Vessel get canceled or they delayed, they slow down their speed, and they're super expensive this year. And a lot of production are everywhere. They're in Asia, they can be in other continents. So we have to actually use vessel to come here. Even also for the inland transportation within Europe, the cost also increased significantly. So that's why it's very important we design a product. Actually, we can pack more watts into every container or every truck. So in this case, for the new Vertex S, actually we can, every container, the 40-inch container, we can put 18 kilowatts more per container. So that's a significant reduction in logistic cost. Of course, it's also reduced the CO2 emission during the transportation. So it's very, very helpful, I think, for everyone on the cost and also the footprint side for every company and also our customer. And the next benefits I already mentioned about inverter compatibility. Here you can see 3 examples from the our own product and also the mainstream product in the industry. So this is a new Vertex we have. It has 10.8 amps. We checked 150 inverter for residential and C&I. Out of 150, there are 146 inverter are perfectly compatible with the new Vertex S. And here, this is our last generation. It's also very compatible, the 410 watt, but there are only 140 inverter compatible. And another one is another 410, 415 module. We only have 1/3, 2/3 of the inverter available actually compatible in the industry. So that's what I mean. We have to design a product really compatible with existing actually BOS components in the industry, because it's more efficient for installer to design and also to build power plants on roofs. And besides electrical part, mechanical compatibility is super important, again, due to the complexity with the rooftop and also the building types in Europe. I think we probably know that there's so many different mounting types in Europe. We compared actually globally. Europe is the most complicated market for rooftop. So you have very standard, for example, here the long side clamping here, the 4 clamp. On the long side here, it's very common, also utility, they use that, but it's also used in rooftop globally. But in Europe, for example, this one for flat roof is super common, the short side clamping 4 without back rail on roof. This is super common, which is quite rare outside of Europe. And what it means, we need actually different type of module and loads design, frame design for Europe. there are also many more shared rails, slide in, 4 points on the actually long side like this, but without back rail. So it's rather very, very complex market technically. So we have to make sure our modules are super compatible with all these mounting methods, all the mainstream brands in Europe. The goal is simple, make sure installers have very easy life to design and use our products in their system. We already short of actually installer in the industry now to speed up the installation. So we have to make their life easier, and that's part of our product design concept. So besides the Vertex S, which are designed for residential, small, medium, CNI, actually there's one special segment in Europe, which are the large CNI segments. So they're all more cost sensitive and they are bigger. And especially in some country, for example, Southern Europe, they prefer larger module. And that's why we have Vertex, which I show you here, up to 580 watts, especially for the large CNI rooftop. Something very different from this one, besides the power compared with Vertex S, is it has half cut. So it can have higher current and lower voltage. Why this is important? CNI inverter, there are less types, so they do have actually high current inverters, which is compatible with Vertex. And the second thing is the lower voltage allows longer strain. So we know one DC strain maximum is 1,500 volts. So if they have a lower voltage module per piece, actually the installer can put more modules per strain, and that significantly save the system cost, which shows here as an example in Spain. So we simulate a 400 kilowatt industrial rooftop. So we made a comparison with this new Vertex 580 watt to the old 545 watt, and also our previous generation, the 166 module, which is 450 watts. So the saving is quite significant for the CNI project. So it can save up to 1 to 2.5 euro cent per watt compared with our previous generation. So that's why it will be very beneficial, especially for the large CNI roof. So why these savings? Again, same as the Vertex S, it can save the container. We can put more module, more power watt into the container to save the logistic cost. By having bigger module, because on the roof, they can handle by large CNI, they can handle by 2 guys. So actually they can put more power by every, taking every module. So it's also saving the labor cost, of course, also mounting structure cost. And thanks to the longer string, the low voltage design, so the customer can also save on the DC cabling. So that's why we designed a special 580 watt for only the large CNI projects. Of course, it also can be used in ground mount without any issue. But for CNI, this is also very welcome for sure. So again, so here are the key products we showed during Intersolar, which will be in mass production this year. So 2 Vertex S, the full black for residential, and then the black and white for both residential and the small medium CNI, and also 580 watt for the large CNI rooftops. Okay, thank you. So if you have you need more information, you can also visit the product website, vertexs.trinasolar.com for any question, or you can contact our team anytime if you want. So thank you for your time.
Adele, thanks a lot for this great overview. And there are a few questions in the chat. If you are could answer them there, or I think if someone of your could do that, that would be super.